Hi everyone, welcome to the latest team guide video brought to you by the Nordic Football Podcast for the Eliteserien 2020. We are now here to talk about Brann, who are one of the bigger clubs in the league and in the whole country. So let's get into them. And last season was a disappointing year for them. Much more was expected, but they were as low as 9th. They're managed by Lars-Arne Nielsen, who I'm not a great fan of, to be brutally honest. I speak more about him in our podcast season preview and on my written previews on my website. They've got a big stadium, one of the biggest in the league, 17,600, and they may be affected a little bit negatively from the behind the closed doors thing. They do tend to get quite a lot of support. A lot of clubs they've got rivalries with, but Viking probably the biggest, more of a local sort of thing there, because Brann are located on the west coast of Norway. We'll have a look at that in a minute. They're red shirts, so if you like that sort of design, then maybe they're the sort of team that you might want to support. So I did mention they're on the west coast of Norway there. Let's go down into Brann Stadion, and Brann is Bergen is the city. Very beautiful city, great harbourfront, seafront there in Brann. Stadion is it was rebuilt recently, well, one of the sides was, and like I say, nice place to play football. So onto the fantasy side of the preview for Brann then, and let's look at their fixtures. And it's not too bad. It's a mixed bag. They've got a tough match against Rosenborg, game number 4, but they usually play them hard and close. A couple of easier looking games. Not that, I mean, Ålesund might not be that simple, but they are a newly promoted side. That's game 3. They've got Sarpsborg away. Again, that might not be simple, but I put it down on the list as an easier sort of game. They start life with a tough sort of fixture against Ålesund, another local rival, and then Viking at home is a spicy derby. But there's enough sort of fixtures there early doors for them to get their teeth stuck into and get points out of. So let's go into the main part of the fantasy here for Brann. And goalkeeper's an interesting one. They've recently signed, they've got 5 on the books, ridiculously. They've recently signed Ali Hamada from Kongsvinger. Now he's a likely starter along with Håkon Opdal. But it's interesting that the likes of Holman, Johansson could potentially maybe get in there as well. Let's just see how this goalkeeping merry-go-round goes going on. The big strength of the Brann team is in the defence. They've got some fantastic defenders. They recently signed Vegard Farren from Molde. It's an old sort of back line. About, most of the starters are going to be 30 or above. So they're going to have to get rested out at some point. But there's some real solidity here. Bismar Acosta is a quality centre back. I think long term down the line, I'll be looking at Foran as a 5.5 player, because he can take free kicks. He's got a good long free kick attribute on him, and he sometimes gets forward. But I just feel like because Brann have maybe got the best defence in the league, they've got more chance of clean sheets than the other side. So you need to be looking at taking someone from this back line. The fullbacks don't tend to get forward too much and supply that many assists. So I think you may be better off looking at Foran or Acosta. I like probably Acosta because he's more, he's been with the team a while. There's no injury doubt with him at the moment, and he'll pop up with the odd goal. But you're looking at Acosta for generally, clean sheet sort of things. In midfield and attack, the problem is the manager's quite sort of defensive minded. I mean, you might look at that formation that I've got there and think, yeah, there's going to be goals in it, but it's not always the case. But they do have a quality striker in Douda Bamba. If he can be fed enough chances, then there's goals in that man. And Gilbert Koomson as well on the right wing there. If he can actually get the best out of him, that 7.0 million price tag will look very cheap. Brann have got some good players like Petter Strand as well. I think Robert Taylor might have a good year. But as I say, the problem with the Brann attack force is that the manager doesn't always get the best out of the talent at his disposal. But I think you've definitely got to look at getting in at least one defender or two from the Brann side because of the clean sheet potential. And then sort of midfield and attack, then you can maybe be rolling the dice a little bit. I know Bamba is a popular pick, or has been historically a popular pick, and he's a good striker. He'll finish the chances if he's given them. So but 9 million is a big price tag compared to some other strikers out there who perhaps will be more reliable. But interesting team, strong defensive unit, likely to be involved in some lower scoring games compared to some other teams out there, so bear that in mind. And they've got a reasonable fixture list to start with that I think there will be some tight games on the board. But that's enough for Brann. Thanks very much for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it. Leave any comments below and we'll get back to you. And we'll be back very soon for some more Eliteserien team guides. Thanks for watching.